Hi guys, welcome to all of board. Today we are going to see the IRDI annual report because the exam is around the corner. And definitely, the annual report किसी भी organization की tells about what it has done in the past 1 year. Though this report is of last year December month, बट ये इस साल भी रिपोर्ट दिसंबर के मंथ में आएगी. और अगर फेज 1 के लिए कोई रिपोर्ट इंपॉर्टेंट है या सर्टेन स्पेसिफिक फैक्ट्स दैट यू हैव टू रिमेंबर फॉर योर IRDI फेज 1 एज वेल एज फेज 2, नॉट ओनली दिस, आपके फेज 2 में भी इसमें से बहुत सारे फैक्ट्स एंड फिगर्स इट इज गोना हेल्प. So let's see what is there in this IRDI's report. We'll not go much into the depth of this, but yes, whatsoever point is important, we are going to take it up. Now let's see what is there in this IRDI report. First of all, it discusses about the global insurance market. So when I talk about the global market, the data has been taken from Swiss Re Sigma report. It says that global economy continues to slow down. Last year, there was a problem with respect to, uncertainty in the global arena. Apart from that, there was too much inflation as well. Food inflation was high even in India. Non-food inflation also remained high. So there was a lot of macroeconomic concerns that arose. Despite such challenges, if you see the insurance sector, it was more or less resilient. So if we see the growth of real premium by region wise, advanced economy in the life insurance, the premium has gone down. Non-life insurance, there was no change. Emerging markets, so in emerging markets, it was 1.4% increase. In non-life, it was 2.8% increase. Asia Pacific region, life insurance, there was a dip, but in non-life insurance, there was a rise. Specifically for India, if you consider, in the year 2022, the percentage rise in the insurance segment, especially your life insurance premium, was 8.2% of a rise. And in non-life, it was 6.0. Totally, it's 7.7% rise that was there. This is what you need to remember. When you're in advanced economy, or for that matter of fact, when the world was suffering, India was able to do in this premium across things. If I talk about the market size, United States, they have the largest insurance market. The total premium is close to 3 trillion in 2022, which is followed by China with a total premium volume of $698 billion. So who is at number one? Number one is US, then it's your China. After that, you have UK, Japan, as well as France. So this is what you need to remember. At least remember the first one and the economy that it is contributing. Global premiums, if we see, sorry, what has happened if we see the last 10 years, in the life segment as well as in the non-life segment, there have been an increase. But if I specifically talk about India, where does India lies? India in the year 2022, it was the 10th largest insurance market in the world. The first one being US, the second one being China, then UK, then Japan, and then France. So India stood at number 10th. 1.9% share in the global insurance premium. So data wise, whatsoever premium was there in the whole world, wherever it was coming from, 1.9% share was alone contributed by India. And in 2032, it is projected that we are going to become the 6th largest insurance market. That is, slowly we'll be, just behind these 5 economies, and then it will be India. But then we never know what will happen at that time. But yes, India will be, it is projected that India is going to become the 6th largest economy by 2032. So that is India will become one of the fastest growing insurance market in the world. Whenever we talk about insurance, 2 things that are must. One is insurance penetration, and then there is insurance density. When I say insurance penetration, it is measured as a percentage of insurance premium to the GDP. So how much insurance premium is being paid? Or what is the percentage change in the insurance premium vis-a-vis the percentage change in your GDP? So if I'm calculating this is what you call it as insurance penetration. And then if I am calculating that, what is the insurance percentage change in insurance, or what is the ratio of your premium to the total population, that is in short per capita premium as well. So this is what is your insurance density. So when I have to assess any economy based upon its insurance size or its insurance market, what I should always look forward to is we should always see what is the insurance penetration and insurance density. So both these data stands very important. So overall insurance penetration, if we see, that is the percentage insurance measured as a percentage insurance premium, it is 4.34% in your financial year 23. What is insurance density? It is US dollar 91. It has increased to US dollar 92 in financial year 23. Again, you need to remember this. This is as per your economic survey as well. So economic survey has also captured the similar data. तो क्योंकि इकोनॉमिक सर्वे में भी मेंशन्ड है, वही सेम डेटा इज मेंशन्ड इन योर IRDAI annual report, this becomes important. When I talk about insurance penetration, life insurance sector in India is reduced from 3.2%. So I hope you know that insurance, they are of two types. Most predominantly they are divided as life and non-life things. So in the life part, specifically it has reduced from 3.2% to 3%. Non-life insurance sector has remained static 1% in both these years. Globally, if we consider, insurance penetration is 2.8%, and for the life segment. And if I talk about your non-life segment, it is 4%. Overall insurance penetration and density was 6.8%, but then you need not remember all such data. Just remember the data for India's perspective, this much. And then also remember that insurance penetration is higher with respect to your life insurance sector vis-a-vis your non-life insurance sector. Now let's see what is with respect to gender inclusivity. What about women participation in this life insurance and all? So women comprises roughly 49% of India's population, roughly. The number of policies which are issued in the name of women, when I talk about 22-23, is around 97.38 lakh, which is just 34% of the total policies that have been distributed. So that means more policies are being distributed towards your men than in comparison to female. If I talk about the, when I say 97.38 lakhs are the total policies that are being distributed, out of these, some are done by your private sector companies, some by your public sector companies. The distribution which is done by the private sector, it's higher for men. What it is 69.85%. And what is for the female, it is just 30%, 30.13%. At the same time, public sector, it's nowhere different. It's somewhat same thing only. For men, it's 64.19 and for female, it is 35.81. That means policy penetration with respect to, this gender. So here also there is a lot of gender bias that is there. That is also highlighted in your figure. The top 5 states which have the total number of policies being distributed. So that means better insurance premium will be collected, more insured people will be there. So the top 5 states, they are Karnataka, Kerala, Mizoram, Sikkim and Meghalaya. And the bottom 5 states, they are Gujarat, UP, Jammu Kashmir, Haryana and your Ladakh. So these are your bottom 5 and those are your top 5. In top 5, when I say Karnataka, remember it's not Kerala at number 1, it's Karnataka for that matter of fact. And then all 3 states, they are the northeastern states, Mizoram, Sikkim, Meghalaya. In the bottom, you can just see it is Ladakh, though it has literacy over there is slowly increasing, but at the same time, Ladakh stands at the least. Then it's your Haryana. Bihar is nowhere over there. So that means maybe better is there, or they might not have assessed it altogether because they have just considered 15-16 states. So all states, they have not collected the data. So you just mark your answer as per the data which is given in your survey. Now with respect to marketing, with respect to life insurance, the agents and all. So how many women are there in this marketing business? So the working agents, 7.45 lakh number of women are there, making it 28.35% of the total workforce which is employed over here as far as March 31st, 2023 was concerned. Out of the total number of women agents, the share of private insurers was 57 and public was 42. So that means more women in private sector. At the same time, if I just pick up the data that you need to remember that was also highlighted in your economics survey, share of insurance and pension fund assets in GDP. So when I say insurance sector, vis-a-vis what is the percent, what is these assets in GDP stands at? So it is 19% compared to high of 52%. If I talk about India, it's 19%, but at the same time, US it's 52%. In UK, it's 112%. So that means India's insurance market is still very small. Certain challenges which have plagued this insurance market as far as Indian economy is concerned. So it is the global economic slowdown. We know global economy is not doing very well. Inflation, too much inflation, especially, sticky inflation is there. So another problem is of sticky inflation. Not only this, your inflation in some sectors like your food sector, it's very high. And all thanks to erratic monsoon, even RBI is finding it tough to curtail it. Though overall inflation, RBI is able to manage. But then yes, there have been difficulties in managing this food sector altogether. After that, delayed settlements, insurance sector altogether, it works very slow. Sometimes people lose interest in these in this sector altogether. That's why also in India, if you see that people do not want to buy these insurance product because they have lost their trust. Then liability exposure, then prevalence of unfair business practices. As I've told you, all in all, because people have lost their trust in this segment altogether, that's why people are not ready to give in their fund in these products. If I talk about the status, global insurance market, they have contracted a bit. That's so your report only said. In January 2024, Swiss Re Institute, they came up with a report that projected that in the next 5 years, that is from 24 to 28, the total insurance premium in India will grow by 7.1% in real terms. For the global community, it said that it will be growing by 2.4%. So in India, the insurance premium will rise by 7.1%, and for the globe, it is 2.4%. As far as emerging market is concerned, 5.1% will be the growth, and advanced economy like your US, UK, and also 1.7% will be the growth. So that means India will be growing more than what your global average is there. So India is also mooted to be as one of the fastest growing insurance sector among the G20 countries. Now let's talk about certain performance of life insurance sector. The total premium of life insurance, if you see, life insurance market in India has recorded a consistent premium growth of over the years. During 22-23, life insurance sector industry recorded a premium income of 7.83 lakh crore, registering 12.98%. And private sector, if you see at the same time, these are the figures. But then you need not remember the figure altogether. Why? Because this report is of last year. So this year, when the report will be coming, it usually come in the month of December. So it's a long time as of now. So you please go by at least the statistics. Like, is there an increase or is there a decrease? So definitely, if you see the total premium which is going towards your life insurance, it has increased. In the private sector also, there is an increase. In the public sector also, there is an increase. With respect to the contribution or the premium which is going to the public vis-a-vis the private sector, the public sector is receiving more premium. So again, this is one more thing that you can actually remember. At least try and remember the projections which are there. LIC is the only life insurer underwriting business outside India. So underwriting business basically means जैसे आपको कोई इंश्योरेंस का कोई प्रोडक्ट बनाना है, तो अब वो प्रोडक्ट कैसे बनेगा? आप पहले रिस्क असेस करोगे, तो ये रिस्क असेस करोगे, उसके हिसाब से यू विल मेक द डॉक्यूमेंट्स एंड ऑल. आप प्रीमियम डिस्कस करोगे, आप देखोगे कि कितना प्रीमियम कलेक्ट होना चाहिए. इंडिया के बाहर ऐसा अंडरराइटिंग बिजनेस करने वाला सिर्फ एक ही कंपनी है, दैट इज योर LIC, लाइफ इंश्योरेंस कॉर्पोरेशन. When I talk about non-life, तो अभी हमने life के बारे में बात करी. Now let's talk about non-life, where your health insurance, Mediclaim, motor insurance, and all these product comes. If you see the segment-wise share, the maximum share of your non-life goes to your health, 38%, and this remains higher even from last couple of years. After health comes your motor. Motor means two-wheeler, three-wheeler, and so on. After this, you have others segment. Others need not to be remembered. Then fire, and then the least is your marine. When I talk about non-life segment industry, which has underwritten a total direct premium of 2.57 lakh crores in India, registering a growth of 16.40% from previous year. Health insurance business is the largest segment with a contribution of 38.02% of the total premium. So remember this major contribution or the largest segment in this non-life insurer. Who is it? It is your health insurance. What is the projections with respect to this health insurance sector? It is going to grow further. It reported a growth of 21.32% in comparison to previous years. So this again you need to remember. But then the problem arises with respect. The major problem is their centers. If you see the non-life insurers or these life insurers, ये generally कहाँ located है? When I talk about the tier-wise distribution, generally इनके offices कहाँ located है? You will see that tier 1 में इनके 59% offices है, मतलब close to 60% offices they are in your tier 1 sector life insurers. And non-life में तो और भी ज़्यादा मामला खराब है, wherein 73% of your insurers they are in tier 1 zone again. क्या होता है जनरली, अगर आपके जैसे बैंक्स है, अब बैंक्स के साथ हम ग्रास रूट लेवल तक कैसे पहुंचे थे? वी एक्चुअली एक्सपैंडेड द विजन ऑल टुगेदर. तो ग्रास रूट लेवल पे पहुंचने का एक ही तरीका है, यू लुक फॉरवर्ड टू हैविंग दीज अनबैंक्ड एरियाज बीइंग सर्व्ड. अब क्या होता है, अगर कोई ऑफिस वहां पे नहीं है, then altogether forming a policy sometimes becomes very tough, and that's what maybe is creating a problem, and that's why a lot of rural urban divide is there with respect to these insurance products being bought. But nevertheless, you can utilize these data points if at all there is a essay or something, answer writing stuff of that comes across. You can simply tell that this is the major problem. Like if you want to go to the grassroots level, then you have to manage these distribution needs to be managed. When I talk about policies and measures to develop insurance market, IRDAI is on a mission to revamp and to reform the insurance sector in the country and to increase the penetration as well. The primary objective of this IRDAI altogether is to enhance availability, accessibility, affordability of all the insurance products, be it for the citizens, be it for the businesses. IRDAI has taken various steps to promote health, growth of the insurance industry, rationalize the regulatory framework, and reduce the compliance burden as well. So for that, a lot of innovative products have been brought forward. Better efficient management has been brought for fundraising, for capital raising and all. Solvency ratio tweaking has been done, and other multiple other such products have been brought all together. So some products we are going to see over here, like नए participants, नए players इस market में आसानी से आ पाए. In short, to have ease of doing business, there is a single window NOC portal which is created. For insurance product, अभी तक क्या होता था, मान लो LIC को या किसी भी इंश्योरेंस कॉर्पोरेशन को कोई नया प्रोडक्ट लेकर आना है तो IRDAI से मल्टीपल अप्रूवल्स लगते थे. अगर कुछ चेंज भी करना है अपने इंश्योरेंस प्रोडक्ट में तो भी IRDAI के पास जाके इंश्योरेंस प्रोडक्ट में थोड़ा बहुत चेंज इट वाज रिक्वायर्ड. बट नाउ IRDAI हैज सेड छोटे मोटे चेंजेस के साथ you can bring without the prior approval of IRDAI any kind of a product which is from your health or your general insurance product. The next thing, for ease of doing business, basically to lessen the burden of compliance and other things, 70 returns have been rationalized, and the circulars, those circulars which were actually impending or which were delaying your identification process and altogether the business, so that were being brought back. So altogether, government has done a lot so as to have ease of doing business specifically in this insurance market. And one more thing, as I have told you, tech enabled concepts have been bought so that technology is being used at every instance. So by this, general insurers, they have been permitted to introduce tech enabled concepts for motor insurance, such as pay as you drive, pay how you drive, etc. There are multiple such products, new products that have been bought for the Gen Zs and the present day community. Cashless facility, basically in your health insurance, innovative products in your fire insurance, ease of living for the citizens, senior citizens and all. क्योंकि एज रिलेटेड प्रोडक्ट्स आर आल्सो रिक्वायर्ड, तो काफी सारे डायनेमिक नीड्स को फुलफिल करने के लिए दिस इंडस्ट्री इज नाउ रेडी. Some changes that were done in the last year, कुछ prominent changes that were there, जैसे कि flexibility of the insurers were in making these special purpose vehicle instrument. तो अब हर एक इंश्योरर को जरूरत नहीं है कि special purpose vehicle instrument बनाए which is for your private equity. Not only this, private equity की जो investment limit है वो भी increase कर दी थी, which allowed that subsidiary companies to promote insurers with the conditions. There were certain conditions that were being put. Fit and proper criteria was to be maintained. Lock-in periods were there, but then lock-in period insurer की age के हिसाब से each company could be deciding. इसके अलावा for crop insurance penetration, efficient use of capital is to be there. The period of consideration of calculation for solvency margin was increased from 180 days to 365 days. तो पूरे एक साल का आपको कैपिटल देके उसके हिसाब से सॉल्वेंसी मार्जिन यू नीड टू कैलकुलेट. सो दिस वाज डन प्रीडोमिनेंटली बिकॉज प्रधानमंत्री फसल बीमा योजना को और बेटर बनाना था. डू रीड अबाउट प्रधानमंत्री फसल बीमा योजना बिकॉज दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट. Solvency factor related to crop insurance was reduced to 0.50. It was earlier 0.70. तो मतलब कैपिटल का कितना पोर्शन रखना है, now it was reduced. Not only this, in order to enable efficient utilization of capital by the life insurers, the factor of calculation of solvency has been reduced from 0.80 to 0.60, and for Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana from 0.1 to 0.05. So again, solvency ratio has been reduced in all such criteria. You please remember the new solvency ratios that are there. With respect to regulatory sandbox, आपको याद होगा, be it your RBI, be it your IRDI, इन सबका कुछ ना कुछ regulatory sandbox, they have such kind of stuff. The first financial institution जो ये regulatory sandbox से related concept लेकर आया था all together in India, it was your IFSCA. So हम कभी कभी confuse हो सकते हैं that it was your RBI who started this regulatory sandbox like thing, but it was not RBI. कौन था? It was IFSCA. But then if I talk about these regulatory sandbox IRDI amendment regulations 2022, it basically allowed your insurers as well as your intermediaries to experiment on the ongoing basis by increasing the experimentation period from present 6 months to up to 36 months on a continuous basis. तो अभी तक क्या होता था, basically cohort का एक timing होता था. जैसे मान लो कि IRDI ने बोला that the cohort will be there from 1st of September to, for the next 9-10 months. But then मान लो कि किसी के पास तब आइडिया नहीं था, अचानक से जब वो कोहर्ट बंद हुआ तो आइडिया आया. तो ऐसे केसेस पे now IRDI is saying जब आइडिया आए तब आ जाओ. You just come whenever you get an idea. We are going to work upon it. Next being, certain projects that are there in that are there in progress. One of them is the Trinity, Bima Sugam, Bima Vahak, Bima Vistar. So in the Sugam, it's nothing but a unique platform, a one-stop destination, you can say, which is based upon your India stack, which will be integrated once. So you will get on that platform everything which is related to the insurance product. तो आपको प्रीमियम कैलकुलेट करने में आसान रहेगा, कंपैरिजन करने में amongst various policies it will become very easy. Then you have Bima Vahak. It's basically a technology-led, women-centric distribution force that will be created. Generally, rural areas में these female-led community, they are very prominent, and it will become very easy for them to target these village people and all. So that's why Bima Vahak is there. Then we have Bima Vistar. It's a multi-line product with parametric insurance solution. As a part of collaborative and consultative approach, periodic meetings like your Bima Manthan and all also happens. If I talk about certain reforms that have been taken in the recent years, in 2022, they announced this Vision 2047. It is of IRDI, where it says insurance for all. So, insurance for all, in which they are working on three fronts. They are focusing on regulatory reforms, like, having this ease of doing business and other things. They are also initiating this state insurance plan to achieve insurance inclusion. And then they are also looking forward to this technology initiatives towards digitization and insurance industry. I'll explain what is this state insurance plan. But first, let's see what is this Bima Manthan. So every year they have this theme-based Bima Manthan. So in March 2023, there was this third edition, which is an open house meeting on every 15th of month. It takes place, where all the stakeholders which are related to your IRDI, they come together, they think about what can be done to increase your insurance penetration as well as density. When I say this state insurance plan, what is this SIP? This is not systematic investment plan. It is state insurance plan. This is basically, if you remember lead bank scheme, I hope you have ever heard about this lead bank scheme and all. तो जैसे lead bank scheme था ना, उसी हिसाब से they will have these lead insurers. ये lead insurers, they will actually collaborate with your state level insurer committee, district level insurance committee. और ये इस टॉपिक पे बात करेंगे that how they can fill in these gaps of these uninsured pockets that are there in any region. तो insurer coverage में जितने भी gaps हैं, to fulfill them and to achieve the vision of insurance for all by 2047, this lead insurers scheme, something like that will be there. Focus over here will be inclusivity, fixing the gap that is there. It is expected to enhance resilience against natural disaster, catastrophes, with a social safety net covering the underserved population. The endeavor is to increase the level of awareness and to access the insurance coverage across the length and breadth of the country. Now let's talk about certain regulations, certain promotion organizations which are associated with your IRDI. पता होना चाहिए, these are the static facts वैसे तो IRDI के बारे में, IRDI से related there are some specific institutions that are there, जैसे India Institute of Insurance Surveyors and Loss Assessors. So it's an institute promoted and established again by your IRDI under Section 25 of Companies Act 1956. इसका mandate क्या है? Basically it deals with promoting and regulating the professional organizations connected with insurance and reassurance businesses. Then you also have Insurance Brokers Association of India. Again, it is registered by your IRDI only. Then you have Insurance Information Bureau of India. See, the new age of technology, it is thriving on data. If you do not have data, if you do not have compiled data, it will become very difficult for any economy to thrive. And that's what this Insurance Information Bureau of India is doing. With the advent of various new age technologies, insurers being rigorously updating their infrastructure system, there is a significant improvement in the data maintenance pertaining to the insurance business in India. When I say these IIB, they being the pivot of these data sets, they have seen enormous opportunity. Basically, they are centralizing, analyzing the data so that insights from the data are reachable across the industry. Now, this data, like, when they say data is being collected, तो जैसे इन्होंने कौन-कौन से verticals बनाए हैं, you can just see this, just an example for that. Life insurance के लिए they have this Quest, which is life insurance underwriting and claim search tool. So it is handling 1 crore queries during a year. The tool provides insurance history of proposers and red flag potential frauds. तो अगर कोई fraud होगा तो इस पूरे tool से you can identify. Predictive life risk scoring model. So again, this model talks about what can be potentially adverse risk which can be associated with underwriting. Then there is this persistency model. The model indicates propensity of a proposal for persistency. Then clearance of unclaimed amounts, that's also there. सो ये कुछ पोर्टल है जो लाइफ इंश्योरेंस से लिंक्ड है, दैट विच caters to your data segment. इसके अलावा for this IIB you also have this motor insurance like thing. Motor insurance में भी you have this real time service search service जिसका नाम है सुदर्शन. It is basically providing policy and claim history of any vehicle for multiple preceding years. Today, IIB receives registered vehicles data by Vahan database. If you remember, there's a database that is Vahan. आजकल ये इस वाहन डेटाबेस से कोलैबोरेट करके डेटा कलेक्ट करता है. Then IIB has also developed this Udayan for sharing vehicle details. Additionally, uninsured vehicle की list भी IIB does generate. Then you have Pratibimb. Pratibimb, it's a daily visual representation कि daily basis पे कितने policy, कितने claim statistics आए हैं. It gives basically the overview of what is going on in this motor insurance segment. Geographical basis के हिसाब से भी PSUs ने कितना किया काम, private sector ने कितना किया, so everything in this segment is being calculated. Then you have health insurance. So health insurance related, what this IIB has done, data collect करने के लिए they have this portability, where it is assisting the industry underwriting to check claim history of insured who have opted for portability during proposal. कभी कभी क्या होता है, जैसे मेरा मान लो मैंने स्टार हेल्थ से अपनी पॉलिसी कराई, अभी मैं चाहती हूँ कि इसको मैं पोर्ट करा लूँ किसी और कंपनी के साथ, बजाज के साथ. अब हो सकता है ना कि कुछ फ्रॉड ना हो रहा हो या कुछ गड़बड़ ना हो, उसको चेक करने के लिए दिस इनिशिएटिव इज देयर. Then you have Roshni ID. It's basically an application which provides a unique ID across the industry to hospital for providing cashless facility. तो कई बार ऐसा होता है that we go to the hospital, हमने कोई ट्रीटमेंट लिया और वो ट्रीटमेंट इट्स अ कैशलेस फैसिलिटी. अब जो हॉस्पिटल होते हैं वो हमसे पैसा ना लेके सीधा इंश्योरेंस कंपनी से क्लेम करते हैं. सो फॉर ईच वन ऑफ देम दे हैव दिस रोहिणी ID. देन यू हैव बीमा सतर्क. बहुत सारे हेल्थ फ्रॉड होते हैं, सो डिटेक्टिंग दोज हेल्थ फ्रॉड डेटा चाहिए, तो हेल्थ फ्रॉड डेटा एनालिटिक्स इज बीइंग प्रोवाइडेड बाय दिस बीमा सतर्क, which enables your insurers to take an informed decision on claim, underwriting and digital purchase of these customers. अब कुछ और भी दूसरे बिजनेस मॉडल है जैसे फायर इंश्योरेंस से रिलेटेड. सो दे हैव iPran, which is रिस्क डिस्ट्रिक्ट लेवल फायर इंश्योरेंस एक्सपोजर. अगर आपको पता होगा कि किस डिस्ट्रिक्ट में किस लेवल का फायर इंश्योरेंस रिस्क है, उसके बेसिस पे यू कैन एक्चुअली और द कंपनी कैन एक्चुअली कैलकुलेट द प्रीमियम. तो इसके लिए iPran है. देन यू हैव iDarpan, विच इज अ कॉर्पोरेट कस्टमर लेवल एक्सपोजर जिसमें फायर इंश्योरेंस विज़-विज़ क्लेम हिस्ट्री ऑफ लास्ट 5 years दैट्स बीइंग असेस्ड. Then you have Pragya. Pragya is basically identification and analysis on live map with help of latitudes and longitudes to mark where in the geography you have more risk and other kahan pe risk zyada hai kahan pe risk kam hai. So that's what is there. You just remember the name and the respective things. IIB के बाद एक और इंस्टीट्यूट है which is your Institute of Insurance and Risk Management. It's an international education and research organization jointly set up by IRDI and the erstwhile government of Andhra Pradesh, incorporating in your Section 8 of Companies Act of 2013. Companies Act of 2013 के Section 8 में you'll find this mentioned. So remember this, it's an international education. So basically क्या है, इंडिया में कोई insurance product लाना है, so it becomes very important that we know what is the international practice. अब उसके लिए we need to have an institution, and that's what this IIRM is all about. Now let's discuss about certain government schemes which are important. देखो, अगर government schemes इन्होंने अपनी circular में discuss करी है, तो definitely these government schemes are very important. Let's have a look at them one by one. So the first one being Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana, a very prominent scheme, I would say. It's a 1-year group term life insurance scheme which is available for the people of age group 18 to 50 years. ये तो हमें पता ही है. Auto debit consent के basis पे it is there. इसका जो 1-year period है, it starts from 1st of June and it goes on till 31st of May. तो ये याद रखने की जरूरत है. It doesn't coincide with your calendar year or the fiscal year. ये auto renewal basis पे चलती है. Premium 436 है per annum. और बाकी तो ये डेटा थोड़ा पुराना है, बट येस, स्टैटिक फैक्ट तो इम्पोर्टेंट है. एंड रिसेंटली देयर इज दिस केस वेयर they have actually increased the amount under this Jeevan Jyoti and other that Suraksha Bima Yojana to 5 lakhs. Then you have Pradhan Mantri Vay Vandana Yojana as well. In this Pradhan Mantri Vay Vandana Yojana, they are focusing upon people who are 60 years and above. So to protect their future interest income due to uncertain market condition, so for that social security, this Vay Vandana was introduced as an insured pension in 2017. As per the terms and conditions under this plan, guaranteed rates of pension for policies sold during a year will be decided by whom? By Ministry of Finance. The scheme is being implemented by LIC, Life Insurance Corporation of India. Remember this. The Government of India has introduced Pradhan Mantri Vay Vandana Yojana with modified rate of pension under this plan in May 2020 and extended the period of sale of this plan further by 3 years. For the financial year 22-23, the scheme provided an assured pension of 7.4%. But then this is older one. You just remember Pradhan Mantri Vay Vandana Yojana was in this direction only. Then you have Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana. The scheme is available to people in the age group of 18 to 70 years. They should have a bank account. Here also the period starts from 1st of June, goes on till 31st of May. The risk coverage is of 2 lakh, was 2 lakh, but now it is going to be increased to 5 lakhs. The premium remains the same, that is 20 rupees per annum as of now. But if the risk coverage is going to be increased, maybe the premium they are going to tweak, but let's see what will be done. Next is Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. So for the Jan Arogya Yojana, it was launched on 23rd of September 2018. Where the health cover is provided for secondary and tertiary care, because after all primary care तो वो free of cost provide कर रहे हैं under आरोग्य मंदिर. तो प्राइमरी हेल्थ सेंटर्स जिनका नाम हमने आरोग्य मंदिर रखा है उसके अंदर फ्री हेल्थ प्राइमरी हेल्थ तो प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं. तो सेकेंडरी और टर्शरी के लिए दे आर प्रोवाइडिंग 5 लाख रुपीज पर फैमिली पर ईयर. It is not tied with your your number of family members. तो family members कुछ भी हो, gender कोई भी हो, सबको ही cover है. Recent में तो there have been a change as well, जिसमें आंगनवाड़ी workers, आशा workers, they will also be covered. तो आंगनवाड़ी जितने भी workers हैं, आशा जितने भी workers हैं, they are also covered under the scheme. And 70 years plus अगर कोई aged population है, तो वो भी सारे के सारे इस प्रधानमंत्री जन आरोग्य योजना में दे आर ऑल्सो कवर्ड. इफ आई टॉक अबाउट प्रधानमंत्री जन धन योजना, तो इस प्रधानमंत्री जन धन योजना में भी बेसिकली विच वाज फोकस्ड टू गिव द बूस्ट टू योर नेशनल मिशन ऑन फाइनेंशियल एजुकेशन. इसको लॉन्च किया था 2014 में. वी स्टैंडिंग एट वी हैव कंप्लीटेड वन सक्सेसफुल डेकेड ऑफ दिस प्रधानमंत्री जन धन योजना. Talking about its mandate of having this financial inclusion, yes, we are very much successful in that. इसी की सक्सेस की वजह से you can say that आपके प्रधानमंत्री सुरक्षा बीमा योजना, जीवन ज्योति बीमा योजना was a success. अगर हम सबके बैंक अकाउंट होते ही ना, या फिर हमारे मैक्सिमम अंडर सर्व्ड एरिया के बैंक अकाउंट होते ही ना, तो शायद से इंश्योरेंस प्रीमियम पेनिट्रेशन या डेंसिटी बढ़ता भी नहीं. बट थैंक्स टू दिस योजना ऑल टुगेदर, we are able to enhance the credit cover. Not only the credit got increased, क्योंकि after all आपके प्रधानमंत्री मुद्रा योजना और ये सब भी इससे लिंक्ड है, पीएम स्वानिधि, पीएम विश्वकर्मा भी इससे लिंक्ड है. तो इसकी वजह से क्रेडिट लेना आसान हो गया. इसके अलावा इंश्योरेंस प्रोडक्ट बाय करना आसान हो गया. इंश्योरेंस प्रोडक्ट जैसे आपके जीवन ज्योति हो गया या सुरक्षा बीमा योजना हो गया. इसके अलावा अगर आप पेंशन की बात करो तो वो भी आसान हो गया. कैसे? अगर आप प्रधानमंत्री वय वंदना योजना है या फिर कोई और पेंशन, श्रम योगी मानधन ले लो, ये सारी स्कीम्स में एनरोल कराना इट हैज बिकम ईजी because we had a bank account. Earlier it was not the case. So thanks to the scheme was a success. इस scheme के बारे में जरूर पढ़ के जाना because we have completed 1 decade. वैसे तो मैंने एक session, extra session में भी I have covered this, but then again you please go and revise it very well. याद करके जाना what is the female percentage which is enrolled in this scheme, and multiple अभी exams जितने भी आ रहे हैं उसमें इस scheme को prepare a write up for this. Maybe the scheme can come in answer writing part as well. But then coming back to the topic, later the government extended this Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana for this accidental insurance cover and others. So इसमें accidental insurance cover जो है आपका, which is for the new RuPay card holders, was raised from 1 lakh to 2 lakh, which was opened after 2018. Now the this report also discussed about Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. So that's also important, right? Fasal Bima Yojana, it's a very prominent scheme launched in the Kharif season in 2016. Aim था ऐसा crop insurance product बनाना which can help the farmers from some uncertain situation, कोई non preventable natural risks से बचाने के लिए for the pre sowing to post harvest stage. Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana, it constitutes more than 90% of your total crop insurance business in India. The scheme is specifically implemented by your empaneled general insurance companies. Currently, अगर हम देखें कुछ challenges the scheme was facing, तो प्रधानमंत्री फसल बीमा योजना से भी please prepare a small write-up. Challenges क्या थे? There was delay in claim settlement. Even delay तो अभी भी है. Financial liabilities, especially on the states, is very high. Stakeholder exiting from this PM Fasal Bima Yojana. There is lack of accessibility as well as information awareness among the farmers. Grievance redressal proper nahi hai, though there is a portal which is, looking forward to this grievance redressal and all, but then yes, farmers are facing problem. Unreliable loss hai, yield estimation is not proper, inadequate institutional framework hai, there is a dispute resolution between states and the insurance companies as well, and then limited technical capabilities with the states that is hindering the growth of this sector altogether. बट देन इसमें से कुछ चैलेंजेस याद कर लेना फॉर योर आंसर राइटिंग. अगर नई रिपोर्ट नहीं आती है देन डेफिनेटली आंसर राइटिंग में काफी सारा कुछ इसमें से हेल्प कर सकता है. नाउ to address the challenges, basically there was some revision that were done in the operational guidelines which will be there till Rabi season of 25-26. तो मतलब ये जितने भी guidelines है they are going to be there till the next season. ये वाले सीजन को पार करने के बाद अगले रबी के सीजन तक भी it will be there. So more flexibility is given to the states to choose their risk transfer option. वो profit sharing model पे काम करना चाहते हैं, then cup and cap model पे काम करना चाहते हैं, then that is also there. And इसमें भी various percentage पे sharing will be allowed. To ensure timely release of premium subsidy, so the government wants to ensure strict fiscal discipline. All fiscal financial transaction, be it subsidy, be it claims, will be routed through a national crop insurance portal ताकि transparency बनी रहे. Everybody knows where the money is coming from and where it is going. कितना समय लगेगा पैसा मिलने में. Audit वगैरह करने के लिए भी to have better data dissemination transparency. Again, mobile applications have been brought forward. Like some mobile applications, if I just tell you, then you have this technological interventions, Yes Tech, which is yield estimation system through technology, or WINDS, weather information network and data system, or Cropic, which is collection of real-time photo and observation of crop. इन सब से एक तो फार्मर कम्युनिटी को हेल्प होगा जस्ट टू गेट टू नो कि किस तरह से वेदर वुड बी देयर. नॉट ओनली दिस, जो इंश्योरेंस कंपनीज है और ऑल द स्टेक होल्डर्स विच आर देयर विद दिस इंश्योरेंस सेगमेंट एंड ऑल, उनको भी पता रहेगा दैट इफ दे हैव टू इशू सम काइंड ऑफ एन एडवाइजरी. Next thing is to create a technical capabilities with the state. There is a creation of state level project management unit. And dispute resolution के लिए तो obviously there have been like a separate authority altogether जो कि conflict free हो दोनों के, like it should not be biased towards one specific individual. Guys, there is this 49% off that is going on till 3rd of October. You can just go to the website and you can see what all subscription are there. Of IRDI is also there. तो आप जाके एक बार देख सकते हो. If not anything, then at least mock test तो दे ही देना. That is very important. If I talk about Bima Bharosa was also discussed in this news article, though नाम से ही समझ में आ रहा है, it's basically talking about grievance redressal. So how can you address your grievance from this Bima insurance product and all? So उसके लिए you had this Bima Bharosa portal, grievance redressal portal it is. According to them, during financial year 22-23, this was the grievances that were there on this portal, जिसमें से maximum were related to your LIC, क्योंकि LIC में देखो ज्यादातर लोग enrolled भी ज्यादा हैं, तो obviously वहां पे grievance redressal भी comparatively ज्यादा ही होगा with respect to other general insurance business. What is the resolution rate? That is very good. It is 98%. So at least 98% of the grievances, they are being addressed. So this is a nice thing. Life insurance में grievance redressal, it goes up till 99.77%. और जनरल इंश्योरेंस में इट गोज टू 95.8%. सो ऑल इन ऑल, अगर हमें डेटा याद भी करना है तो हम लिख सकते हैं 97-98% grievances they are being received. Resolution rate is 98-97%. This is a good thing, I will say. If I talk about the pendency, कितनी pendency है, you know how much pendency of the cases is there, कितने दिन तक pending रहते हैं, then generally cases, maximum cases अगर हम देखें तो वो 0 to 15 days में they get resolved. But then where can we approach? अगर मान लो कि किसी insurance intermediary से I had some grievance, I asked the insurance company, but then I was not getting the apt reply. अब कहाँ पे जा सकते हैं? जैसे बैंकिंग में तो हम कहाँ जा सकते हैं? ऑम्बड्समैन में जा सकते हैं ना. व्हाट अबाउट दीज इंश्योरेंस सेक्टर? तो यहाँ पे भी ऑम्बड्समैन है. सो इंश्योरेंस ऑम्बड्समैन के पास यू कैन गो. सो देयर आर सर्टेन FAQs व्हिच आई फाइंड दैट यू मस्ट नो बिफोर गिविंग दिस एग्जाम. जैसे व्हाट इज द टाइम लिमिट टू अप्रोच द इंश्योरेंस ऑम्बड्समैन? मान लो आपके साथ कुछ देयर हैव बीन सम प्रॉब्लम व्हिच यू आर फेसिंग. So the complaints कब लॉन्च कर सकते हो? So complaint can be lodged with the Office of Insurance Ombudsman. Online also it's there. Within 1 year from the date of rejection of the complaint. मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि 10-15 साल पुराना क्लेम लाके ला रहे हो, नहीं. 1 साल के अंदर अंदर आपने जब कंप्लेन आपकी रिजेक्ट हुई है, उसके 1 साल के अंदर अंदर यू कैन जस्ट गो एंड कंप्लेन इट टू देम. एक्सपायरी ऑफ 1 month ऑफ द फाइलिंग. जैसे मैंने कंप्लेन फाइल करी उस इंश्योरेंस कंपनी के पास, 1 महीना हो गया, कोई रिप्लाई नहीं आया. अब रिप्लाई ही नहीं आ रहा, नाउ व्हाट टू डू? तो फिर आई कैन आफ्टर दैट 1 month पीरियड आई कैन जस्ट गो टू दिस ऑम्बड्समैन. However, no complaint will be entertained on the same subject जो already किसी कोर्ट, कंज्यूमर फोरम या फिर आर्बिट्रेटर के पास है. तो ये तो फिर डबल जस्टिस लेने की बात होगी ना. जो ऑलरेडी कोर्ट में केस चल रहा है या फिर कंज्यूमर फोरम में आपने ऑलरेडी केस कर दिया है या फिर आर्बिट्रेशन में ऑलरेडी केस है, तो ऐसा नहीं है वो सेम केस लाके आप यहाँ पर भी ला सकते हो. सो दैट्स अगेन अ थिंग. The other thing that you have to remember is there any maximum limit जिसमें कंपनसेशन आपका एंटरटेन करेगा इंश्योरेंस ऑम्बड्समैन? देन यस, द इंश्योरेंस ऑम्बड्समैन कैन एंटरटेन अ कंप्लेंट वेयर द क्वांटम ऑफ लॉस व्हिच इज पेएबल अंडर द इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी डज नॉट एक्सीड 50 lakhs. इंश्योरेंस ऑम्बड्समैन तभी आएगा जब जो क्वांटम है इट इज लेस देन 50 lakhs. So this is again an important piece of information. Is there any time limit within which the insurance ombudsman shall dispose of the claims? देखो complaint अब आ तो गई, but उसको solve कब तक करना है? So is there any time limit? Definitely. In case both parties agree to mediation, अगर दोनों पार्टी बैठ के बात करना चाहते हैं, the insurance ombudsman shall give his recommendation within 1 month of the date of receipt of mutual consent. अदरवाइज अगर बैठ के बात नहीं करना चाहते तो फिर तो इंश्योरेंस ऑम्बड्समैन को खुद ही से अवार्ड देना पड़ेगा, खुद ही से बताना पड़ेगा दैट यू नो हाउ कैन दिस बी सेटल्ड. इन दैट केस 3 महीने का टाइम है, 3 months टाइम वुड बी गिवन एंड विद इन दैट द क्लेम हैज टू बी सेटल्ड. सो अगेन यू नो दिस पीस ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन स्टैंड्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. बाकी सब चीजें तो देखो ऊपर नीचे होती रहती हैं, बट देन दिस इज द स्टैटिक पोर्शन ऑफ इट एंड वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एज वेल. इफ आई टॉक अबाउट योर होमवर्क क्वेश्चन, then this is your homework question. You please give it a reading and tell me what could be the correct answer. So you have to match it correctly. Bima Sugam, Bima Vahak, Bima Vistar. Comment section में इसका आंसर जरूर देना. And if you have any doubt, you can also raise it in the comment section. अगर सेशन पसंद आए तो लाइक जरूर कर देना, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर देना. If you want me to have some specific session, you can tell me in the comment section. I'll take it next time. That's all from my side. Thank you and have a nice day.